All right, welcome back for the reading. I personally wanted to say that I feel like this peace in my heart, and I don't know what you're resonating with if you feel peace in your heart. By the way, I'm staying at a friend's house. This is not my bedroom, but it's cute. There's like little butterflies everywhere. This is her daughter's bedroom, and it's so cute that I'm staying in a 6-year-old bedroom because it's like my inner child is super happy. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of peace in this energy, and there's a lot of like the divine truly, really present in 3D. To me, it's like I feel the presence of God and spirit. And it's a matter of time before it really just comes in to help you fix whatever your human has been trying to uncreate. All right, love. So let me look at people's energy on the WhatsApp group, and I'm going to see if I'm able to. So what I would recommend, please, is before you watch this, make sure you watch the meditation prior. Yeah, and I am so surprised because I honestly, it's what time? It's 12, it's midnight. It's like midnight and 16 minutes. One second. I've been talking. I've been talking so much, it's kind of dry here. Look at me, it's 12 a.m. and I'm still here. So what I wanted to say is this was all divinely organized because I was not at all thinking that I would be able to do this tonight. And I was like, how is that going to happen? I can't make that happen. And of course, a lot of great, beautiful things, they happen without us having to know how it's going to happen. You know what I mean? But I mean, that takes a little bit of exercise, like faith, like knowing, oh, over time we get that it happens and we got to get out of the way. Just let go and get out of the way. I love it's Pearl. Oh, I'll come. Okay. About my professional path and being on the right one. Okay, Melissa from Melanie. Sorry, I was looking at Melissa as well earlier. Melanie from Australia. All right. She's asking about professional path and being on the right one. Okay. Oof. All right, that's Melanie. And then I'm going to pull cards from Lisa. All right, Jessica. I'm going to have to remember that's Lisa. It's Melanie. That's Jessica. I'm going to stop there. Maybe Anissa from South Africa. I don't know some of you beautiful ladies. So Jessica, break free, stay optimistic. I'm going to put you right here. Sorry for coughing. Anissa, playtime and simplify your life. Anissa, Anissa, Anissa. Lisa, Wenicky. Am I saying your last name? I think that's it. Lâcher prise en printemps. So this is in French. Let go and spring. I'm going to read these for you in a minute. And then we had beautiful Melanie. So there's a birthday card. It's in French. There's spiritual teacher. It's in French. Don't get scared about this one. There's the pregnancy card, but this is business related. But I'm going to read it. Okay. We sometimes get the pregnancy card, but it doesn't mean you're going to get pregnant. None of that. It's just, although sometimes it is that. And I will tell you. Okay. All right. I haven't done this in so long. Oh my goodness. This is so fun. Okay. I'm going to start with Melanie, although I've never actually read for Melanie. Let me try to get her energy a little bit more. Huh. Let me go look. Can I? All right, I'll just read you from above, okay? Oh, and Pearl, I'm gonna do your cards too. All right, let me get an energy for Melanie. I'm gonna bring you in. Okay. It feels to me, Melanie, that you have a pattern of sort of doubting, questioning yourself with your path and your choices. And I want to say it's something you started when you were even in high school. And there's a sense of like, you knew who you were, and then at some point, 14, 15, 16, there was a sense of like cutting yourself off from yourself. And you stopped like feeling connected to you, your soul, your power, your sense of self. And a little bit, you did that a little bit. There was to obviously get approval from, you know, the friends we get at school. We want to reclaim that. So this is something I forgot to say for the movie room one when I was talking about the movie room. This is what the angels showed me today. They were like, there's a point, there is going to be a point where you don't go back and forth between my 2.0 next level, like whoa, to back down to 1.0, who's like a human trying to fix everything in her life. You know, like that sense of forgetting who we are, and that sense, sorry, that sense of forgetting who we are, that sense of um back being at a low frequency, that at some point can be sealed. So the previous life-ish pattern movie room where we know we go back to being stuck in the movie room, believing it, getting stuck, forgetting about our power and our psychic, intuitive, divine ability, that at some point will stop. Like you will seal that movie room and you will be like, there won't be a way to go back in. Like literally that frequency will be gone. Kind of like there is no way ever, like, okay, I'll give you an example. This ex from 6 years ago called me recently, and he's still smoking pot, and he's still lost and kind of sick and spiritually sick and very addictive, right? And 6 years ago, my human was like, this is great. Yeah, let's fall in love with him. Let's try to save him. Let's let him move in. For 3 years, he drove me crazy. I literally wanted to kill myself. He was so negative, right? 3 years. This was maybe longer than 6 years ago. But we had met when we were kids. We met when we were like 11 and 12. So I was like, oh my goodness, right? That movie room is sealed. Like, Alex today would never go back to date him today. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that movie room is like gone. You can't, there's no door to that movie room. You know, I adore him. He still can call me once in a while, but like, it's not like that train has gone. Unless, of course, he does a lot of growth and he completely has a 2.0 version and he's all of that, of course, like I'm not. But I'm trying to give you an example of like, there is things in your life where you're like, I will never go back to living at home with my mom. I don't know, like there's something you'll just never do. Because who you've become would never go back to doing that. Like they wouldn't meet. Like who you are now would never do what you used to do. Like it just doesn't work, right? So just think ahead. Like, what is it now that you still do that you're going to evolve and grow and be like, I can't believe I used to think that or do that, or what was the ecosystem of beliefs that I just completely released that thought that this was normal? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So there's a previous you that is still kind of alive in you that has a pattern of questioning. Am I on the right path? Am I on the right path? I don't know. And there's wanting some approval around that. Okay. But there's a way for you to go back to that room. There's a forgiveness process, a healing process, kind of a completing process to where you can be like, I feel so complete with that. the version of me who needed that, the version of me who felt like she still had to navigate that, she's so done and has been able to heal and grow. Growth happens after we have healed, and healing happened after we have forgiven. And forgiveness, the way that I sort of facilitate it, is it's kind of a writing letters process where you write letters to certain people, but then they write the letters back to you through you to apologize. And then there's another process I offer, which is more of something I do on the phone one-on-one, is we go in and Eva just had that done with me. I was actually rollerblading when I did this, but I would find in her energy field all the resentments around her mom and all the programs attached around the resentment around her mom, which had money, it had all kinds of stuff around it, and deleting, uncreating them, transmuting them completely. So those were gone out of her field, and she can tell you, and she left me a testimonial about that day that I was actually rollerblading for an hour doing the energy clearing at the same time. So if you're interested in that, you can always ask, but do you see what I'm trying to say? Okay, so let me tune back into your energy, beautiful Melanie. And where's my WhatsApp? Thank you for sending the pinned audio. I guess my question would be about my professional path and being in the right one. So once you've sealed it up, healed her, and like gotten to a place where you can embody your inner boss. And what I mean by boss, it's just a word to describe this energy, but the energy of the one who just knows that she knows that she's 100% on the right path. You may have touched on that when you went up to the light and did the meditation with the angels and like really saw the blessing balls of light. And you can create a blessing ball of light where you're like, it's happened. I locked in that I'm on the right path. I've locked it in. It's like this certainty. As a woman, we have these like certainty. It's claircognizance. It's like, I know that I know that I know that I know. Like you just can't, there's no what ifs or like, oh, what? No. It's like a for sure I know. Okay, that certainty is a really cool frequency to tap into. It's not prideful. It doesn't happen for everything, but when it does come in, it's like a zapping. It's like, oh, I know. Like, that's it. All right, I'm gonna get some more water, but I'll let you ponder that for a minute. All right, I'm back. There's a human design gate, gene key gate for insight and epiphany, and I think it's 46. Yeah. Delight, ecstasy. No, that's 46. Epiphany and, oh yeah, 43. Insight and epiphany. So that's what I mean by like, it's a very high frequency, and claircognizance is like, oh, I just know what I need to do. It's like very, very obvious, but the shadow is deafness, noisy or worried. So if you look on the gene key spectrum of consciousness, you'll see that if you guys want more insights in your life and you're like, I need more truth and insights, how do I get there? You actually need to move through feeling worried and noisy. Embrace that, move through that. You'll hit deafness. My son has that gate. It's so annoying. Deafness is when they're like, don't even listen to you, right? They just don't listen. But they want to only listen to themselves, right? And then you'll get an insight, release that, and embody epiphany. So that claircognizance does not come when we're worried, when we're like, don't tell me what to do, angels and guides, I'm asking you to help me, but just don't tell me what to do. Like I used to have that all the time when I was like, can you stop telling me what to do, please? I want to figure it out all of it by myself. Just kidding. So, not just kidding. I used to be like that, and I learned through really hard and very expensive lessons that doesn't serve anyone's like that has no purpose. So I think you are going to become a spiritual teacher, a guide, Melanie, like somebody who's really heart-centered and emanates a lot of light and has a lot of teachings. Your mind is really sharp. You have a way of thinking that's really like logical and grounded, and you have a way of explaining things that really makes sense to people and they really understand things through you. And I want to say you have the ability to explain really complex concepts into very simple terms. So if I were to sort of intuit into your energy, again, I've never met you. I don't know what you do, but I feel like you have a lot of empathy towards people and you could very much be either one to many in a classroom or one on one, be able to intuit the words that will resonate with people in order to get them to understand the topic, which is not a gift everybody has. But you've got to break through this thing around there's something with your dad and high school and trying to figure out who you were going to be in the world. And instead of just being like, which unfortunately happens to a lot of us when we're little, we're like, I know who I want to be. And then the world is like, really? You really think you're going to do that? You can't do that. And then we forget and we doubt and we stop believing in ourselves. So it's like you're going to put that back in you for you, and then you're going to be able to do it for other people. And you're going to be able to showcase them and show them that you woke up and you remembered who you were. So your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. There's a way you do healing and spirituality through you that is not like woo-woo. It's more like there's something you do that explains things, guides people. There's something you do that is for them, but through you really, really works. Okay, and you'll find your people, they'll find you, but you've got to own it and not doubt it. Okay, love? Your inner child is looking for you. She's super happy. Okay, your inner child is super happy. You like to play, you're playful, but there's a little bit of a, hey, I'm over here. You sometimes tune into her. She knows you. You've been connecting with her, but oh, she wants playmates. I think she wants to play with other inner children, which the pregnancy card would make sense then. I don't know. I feel like I hesitate to go into the pregnancy stuff because I really don't know you and I don't want to, sometimes that's a little risque to go into that. But I will hold that and you can just ask me later. But I have helped a few ladies manifest babies through my readings, which is why I don't want to go there right now unless you want to get pregnant. I can think of two ladies who just sat in my meditation room being like, I need to call in my baby. We called in the baby, and one of them was pregnant 2 weeks later. So I just, unless that's in the cards for you, I don't want to start looking into that. And since you're not here to tell me yes or no, I am going to hold it. But your inner child is wanting more inner children to play with, and it could be that she's wanting, oh, you're a life coach for kids, maybe? No? Do you have kids already? I feel like you're calling, oh, you do have kids. There you are. Yeah, all right. I get what's going on. Okay. Do you want a number? Are you calling in number 2? Do you want another one? Yeah, all right. Okay. Feels like you're calling in number 2, honey, okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah. It feels like there's something you're healing before she or he is coming in. It feels like you're healing something and there's a little bit of something you're working through. But it doesn't feel like it's necessary. So if I were to tune into the soul of your baby who wants to come in, she doesn't, I feel like it's a she, but it could change. She doesn't care about coming in when you're ready. She just wants to come in. But it does feel a little heavy. There's some beliefs. You have some stuff around having another child. It feels a little heavy-ish. It's a little bit noisy around you as you think about this energy that wants to come through. I feel like, yeah, there's something going on around it that doesn't feel super clean. All right, I hope that resonates. Beautiful Melanie in Australia and Melanie in Australia. I said that. Okay, cool. Alrighty, guys, let me keep going. So Lisa was over here. Then we had Jessica, and then we had Anissa. All right, I might need to take a break in a minute, and I have something to. Oh yeah, okay. All right, beautiful Lisa Waneke, who is also in Australia. Why am I spacing out? You are in Australia. Okay. You did the aura brightener. Yay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. So it's the letting go card. And oh, look at these cards. Look at what's happening. Both are inside a nest flower. And both are like have a butterfly and a bird. Ooh, my goodness. When I see you sitting just like that inside something. Oh, okay. Let me just keep. I get messages through the cards for you ladies when I look at the card and I look at your energy. So I look at the card through your energy and I get messages. You grew. There's something you've been doing that really got you to grow. You went from being more innocent, more childlike, like awe and everything was magical, to being more mature and grounded and poised and still still amazed at life, but from a place of being a little less innocent and more powerful in what you're deciding to create. There is a power though, Lisa, that you have access to that I don't think you got the manual. Like, I feel like you have such an incredible, powerful energy that you haven't yet learned to really use in a way that would really be helpful completely. Does that make sense? And I sometimes have the same energy. Like, I'll be like, you guys gave me a Ferrari or you gave me like a Lamborghini and you didn't tell me how to drive it. Like, hello, can I get the manual? And part of you is a lot like me, and you're like, just give me the keys. I'm going to drive the damn thing. Like, I don't need a lesson. Like, let's go, right? Like, just throw me the keys. I know how to drive a stick shift. Let's go. I'm driving the damn thing. You know, give me the horse. I'll figure it out. And that is like your spunky, let's go. I got this. And I want to say it's a really fun, fairy, mischievous rebel that you got that is part of your signature. But I think there's a way to ascend with the Lamborghini and use the Lamborghini in a way that now it's got wings and it takes you to a whole other place you had no idea it could even go. And now the Lamborghini doesn't just go fast on the road, it flies and it takes you to, it's used in a way that like you haven't, it's like you didn't know that your Lamborghini had wings. Like it has a button you push and it starts to fly. And you were like, oh, I just thought I could just drive really fast down the highway. And there's a perception shift and an awareness shift, like a humility, a wisdom that's going to come through you, where you're going to realize that this energy you were gifted, it wasn't even to benefit you, but it was to benefit the community and the world. And you unlock that power when you no longer are trying to control it, understand it. You're allowing it to be of service to a greater whole. Like you're allowing it to be used for the greater good. And there's a place of unstoppable invincibility. So your invincibility that I can totally relate and share, put me bareback on a horse and I'll gallop down the beach. I don't care if I fall, right? Like that invincibility, like whatever you throw at me, I will make it into a lemonade, you know? There's a way to experience invincibility through your higher self that makes you a million times more powerful than the badass. Does that make sense? There's a way to ascend to where you're kind of more being used by this soul higher self through that energy that makes you extremely attractive and extremely magnetic because the ego is gone. It's just, does that make sense? It's hard to describe it, but stick around. I think in the masterclass on greed and ascending out of greed, it will sort of, the codes will come in a little bit more. But you've had a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, and it's good. It's good. Now, think of the train and the wagon, and it's like, can you go up into the light and call in the next thing and the next thing and the next thing in this selfless, pure, grounded awe? Amen to that. That's your reading, Lisa. How does that sound?